Hello viewers, I'm Dr. Angie, a psychiatrist, and today's topic is Jay Shetty. He's being involved in a lot of controversy. The reason I'm making this video is because I was a big fan of Jay Shetty once after reading this book. This book is phenomenal, but I want to share my story also, how I lost respect for him even before this article came. So today I want us to get to the truth behind this controversy together. So let's get started.
Our next story is about a global best-selling author, an award-winning podcast host, a life coach, a modern-day wellness guru, a monk, a self-help king, if you will, and now an alleged liar and plagiarizer. I'm talking about Jay Shetty. Slim chance that you have not already heard of this man.
First, I want to share my story. So after reading this book, I was hooked and just very impressed with him. And the thing that sold me was him being a monk for 3 years. So I thought he's going to bring some ancient wisdom to modern science and he'll do something different. And I believe that people who have experienced things are definitely better teachers than those who have just read and studied. I'm into spirituality as well, so I thought since he has spent 3 years, which is not a short time, being a monk, he must know about compassion, how to serve others, and have a pure heart. So I want to add that in spirituality, serving others doesn't mean you're catering to big CEOs, billionaires, celebrities. It means you are giving your time and skill set either on a voluntary basis or just at minimal charge, and you are serving to general public. So I understand, like, he has to survive, he has to live, but it shouldn't be any spiritual guru. If he's charging too much, I will definitely be very cautious and concerned and would take his message with a grain of salt. So you must have heard red flags in dating, and after researching, Jay Shetty has become a very big red flag in spirituality. So I want to share one of his clips in which he mentioned himself, why he went and served as a monk, what sold him, and service was on top. Because I know I have spent 10 days at a Vipassana meditation retreat center, which is a very ancient form of Buddhist meditation, and they put so much emphasis on serving and compassion, and serving means volunteering, just giving your time to others without expecting anything in return. And it's also a lot about putting your ego down.
You're a former monk.
Yeah.
Can you tell everyone how you got to that place of living in India, being a monk?
One of the times I was invited to hear a monk speak. And in my head, I was thinking, why would I want to hear a monk speak? So I told my friends, I said I'd only go if we went to a bar afterwards. That was literally my request. But the monk was talking about how the greatest thing in life was using your skills in the service of others. And so I said to him, I want to do what you do.
So service is a big part of spirituality, and service means you are giving your skill set and your time to others. But there's a difference between service and business. So if you are giving your skill set and your time to CEOs, billionaires, celebrities, that is not serving others because you are getting tons and tons of money back. This is business. Service means you are giving your time either at very minimum cost or volunteering your time and just serving general public and helping them without expecting anything in return. I want to add, I don't expect him to just give all his time for free, but I'm just saying there's a difference between service and business, and he is a spiritual guru. So anyways, I don't want to become too tangential. So after reading this book, I posted it on my Instagram story, and one of my friends messaged me and said, have you not watched that video on YouTube about him? And the video he was talking about was from Nicole Arbor, and this is the title of the video. It's a really good video. Please watch it from beginning to end. I cannot share all of it. It is her work, but I'm going to share clips of it. And after watching this, I was just shocked and very disappointed. So in this video, she's going to share how he took other people's quotes word to word. There are so many of them. It's not that he took like one or two or few, word to word. And a lot of other people are saying, oh, it is very common in influencer business. I must have taken, like, read something somewhere and posted it too. All influencers have done it, but here and there, not like too many of them from word to word, and such a big influencer doing this thing.
Your entire career is a lie. True.
All of us have been in a crowd but felt lonely.
I watched this like it was Two Girls, One Cup.
All of us have been invited to a party but wanted to leave. All of us have likes on social media but don't feel loved in real life. So many of us can get comments on our posts but can't get a friend to call us back.
Oh shit, you're caught.
Investing our money in experience rather than things. Spend time with people who look more like your future than your past.
He has a very popular podcast on purpose, and of course this book, Think Like a Monk. He's also being part of an Ayurvedic tea called Sama tea. He has interviewed celebrities, big people like Michelle Obama. He has officiated J-Lo's wedding. I actually really like his podcast On Purpose, and of course the book I really like. So how he started becoming famous? Let's talk about it. He started making YouTube and Facebook videos, and some of those videos became viral. Of course, you can see like he has a personality that you can relate to, and he seemed very honest when you just look at him. And a lot of people resonated with his story, and especially his story of being a monk was very impressive. Then he started his own podcast On Purpose, and that podcast became very popular and was a game changer. And people couldn't get enough of his quotes that he would post everywhere on his social media sites. Of course, that were mostly stolen. After that, then he started writing the books. He didn't stop there. He collaborated with big celebrities and top-notch brands, and he became so popular that most of you know him or have seen him. Now let's talk about his following, because these numbers are they are going to blow your mind. He has 52.9 million followers across all platforms. Let's break it down. On Instagram, he has 15.3 million followers, and on Facebook, 29 million people. But he has 2 YouTube channels with a combined subscriber count of 5.1 million. He also has a Twitter, and he has a following of 389k. And on TikTok, he has 3.9 million followers. So you must be thinking why I'm mentioning all these followers. It just makes him very powerful, and with all this power there come responsibility also. So anyone having this kind of power and this kind of influence on people is always subject to scrutiny, and that's what happened in his case. He's giving hope to people by sending those spiritual, motivational, self-help messages. He's sharing inspirational stories and some very valuable life lessons to people around the world. So he has built this whole social media empire, and the personality like him, and with his background that he has, and then the background that may not be true, but that's what he is portraying to the world. Of course, the possibilities are endless for him. His most famous video was Before You Lose Someone, and in 2018 it had 367 million views on Facebook. Can you believe that? 367 million. Wow. It is about actually a couple regret over losing love. A lot of people could relate to this story and inspire them to embrace love, gratitude, and to live more mindfully. But now Jay Shetty is in headline for the wrong reasons. Even though, as I mentioned earlier, people have been talking about him copying other people's work for a while. However, recently there was an article published in Guardian by John McDermott, and he did a little more digging into his background, and he realized that his story is not as clean as he'd like us to believe. So McDermott was commissioned to write a profile for Esquire, and he uncovered a lot of inconsistencies in Jay's story. That leaves us wondering, who is the real Jay Shetty? So the report claims that Jay has falsely boasted about spending 3 whole years in a temple in India. After supposedly graduating, he decided to ditch a life of luxury and embrace the humble existence of a monk. However, according to Guardian, it might just be a story. So according to John McDermott, he is not very clear about his age when he spent those 3 years as a monk. Sometimes he claims that he was 18-year-old, and at other times he has said he is 21 or 22 years old. So it's not very clear what exact age he was there. However, Jay's legal team and Gauranga Das, representative of the temple where he went and had his monkly revelation, confirmed that the talk took place where Jay Shetty went in 2007. And at that time, Jay was around 19 or 20. So something doesn't add up there. He's saying he went to be a monk at 18, and then he later is saying he may be 21 or 22, and the talk happened when he was 19 or 20. And some people have corroborated Shetty's claim that he traveled to India. However, there's a discrepancy about the duration of him staying in India. According to several people who knew Jay at the time, did say that he did went to India, but it wasn't for as long as he claims. Not by a long shot, actually. Some of his former associates have spilled the tea and revealing that he spent most of his supposed monk estate right here in London. He was actually chilling at the English countryside when he is telling everyone that he was being a monk for 3 years. However, his legal team have insisted that he spent only a few months at that English countryside. It sounds kind of fishy, right? However, his own travel blog from that time seems to tell a completely different story. In a 2011 post, he talks about returning from almost 4 months in India before kicking at London City University and hitting these streets to spread the word. So can you believe, like 4 months and he stretched it out to 3 years? Now some more shocking revelations. He has also made some very bold claims about his time during as a monk, including one where he becomes so disconnected from society that he didn't even know who was the prime minister at that time.
Yeah, was it hard to turn your back on being a monk? Like when you had to when you went back into society, was it quite a weird sort of time?
That was probably the hardest point in my life. I feel like I experienced depression for the first time because I didn't know who the Prime Minister was. I didn't know who'd won the World Cup.
According to some skeptics, Jay's claim doesn't add up. They're calling foul play on his monkhood story, alleging that Jay spent a good chunk of his supposed monk time filming viral YouTube videos right here in London. According to someone who knows him, reported, "I saw him in sweatpants more than I saw him ever in his robes." Jay Shetty has misinformed public about his credentials. So on his website, he has put that he has a behavior science degree from a business school. However, that business school doesn't even offer that course. So let's hear what his ex-girlfriend have to say. By the way, her video is really interesting also, and I'm going to put link of her video on the description section so you can watch the entire video.
Jay Shetty has claimed that he did behavioral science at Cass University, and for the entire time that he's developed his certification program in coaching, he has claimed this online. He has recently, however, changed this to management science. Now that is the truth. I was with him actually when he was at university. He did business and management science. And so the fact that he did behavioral science has been a misrepresentation of his background and qualifications.
So now you all decide whether it was an honest mistake or was it intentional to deceive people. So Jay Shetty is not only spreading spiritual wisdom, he's also making big bucks doing it. So let's talk a little more about his coaching school.
I'm going to show you how you can go from where you are right now to where you truly want to be.
The report claims that Jay's been cashing in big time with his subscription of education services and Jay Shetty Certification School. And students are spending $7,400 per term for this postgraduate level 7 diploma. But there's more into it. So that journalist uncovered some issues with this program. And it turns out that the school pays a private exam certification company in UK to evaluate and certify its accreditation. UK government exam watchdog Ofqual has some serious issues with this arrangement, and they have made it crystal clear that they don't regulate the school accreditation at all. It is in fact accredited by OTHM approved center, and even themselves they are doubtful on the school credentials. And the last one is he has been accused of plagiarism for using other people's content without giving them proper credit. So just like I mentioned, YouTuber Nicole Arbor, she has exposed the original sources behind 100 of Jay Shetty's posts on YouTube and Instagram, and seems like his original videos were nothing but recycled parables from social media posts and from other people's quotes.
Is not being alone. It's the feeling that no one loves you.
So after Nicole Arbor's expose, he went to damage control mode and he ordered his employees to give attributions to the content that has been taken from elsewhere. And he also deleted 100 posts after that, hoping he can just swipe the controversy under the rug. Despite being accused of plagiarism and dishonesty, Jay Shetty continues to enjoy support from his fans and advocates. So the reason I made this video is not to bring dirt to Jay Shetty. I'm pretty sure he has helped a lot of people, but it's very important for a social media influencer or a spiritual guru to be transparent and also to be accountable. I haven't heard Jay Shetty yet. Jay Shetty hasn't yet said anything about this article on Guardian and what's going on around him. He is acting like he is completely unaware and he's just closing his eyes on this topic. So I do believe that fans need to hear his side of the story, and if he has nothing to hide, or even if he made some mistakes, or even if he's wrong, he should own up to it and he should hold himself accountable. So at least that's what I do want to happen from him. My message to my fans in the end is that please stop putting influencers and celebrities on a pedestal. It's just going to hurt you in the long run. It's good to get messages from a teacher or a guru, but I want to tell you one thing after doing my own 10-day meditation retreat. Your best teacher is yourself. You have to make sure you start practicing, you start learning things from yourself. If you just try to go to all those lectures, but you don't apply it in your life, you don't start doing those things, it's not going to bring any value to you. So let me know in your comment section, what do you think about this whole Jay Shetty controversy? And if you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe and comment, as well as share. It really helps my channel so I can keep bringing quality content like this for you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.